Was it immediate success? Was Denver
Immediate
just
success.
the perfect location? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I could go into a lot of reasons why I think it happened, but it wasn't one reason.
what was the turnaround time from the time the team was bought? So you had 2 months to launch a team in Washington. I'm assuming the plan with Denver went a lot better and gave you more of a runway.
A little bit more. We launched the team June the 6th
What year was
of
this
2002.
launch? 02. Got it.
How old were you? 5?
No, I was born in 93, so I was 9.
9 years old.
And boy, was I the biggest little mammoth bastard fan you ever met in your life.
I love it.
Because I do remember it was as soon as the Mammoth launched, it became every Christmas, every birthday, every friend's birthday. It was the thing to do, and we were head over heels, fully in love with box lacrosse, to the point where that became our heroes more than college and more than outdoor, more than any other thing.
Well, the interesting thing is Colorado always had this robust robust high school lacrosse pocket, right? Kent, Denver, Colorado
Creek.
Academy, Creek,
Wheat Ridge.
Yeah, well, yeah. And
Even though the program folded, RIP.
so it had this robust kind of pocket of lacrosse. And part of it had to do with Vail, right? The Vail tournament.
Yep.
Where all these guys came out to Vail and played, and some of them never went home.
It's a big thing with DU. A lot of these guys go play at DU and they never leave Colorado.
Well, the other thing is there was a pro league it was an outdoor pro league in, I want to say, the 80s that started briefly. You may or may not have heard of these guys, called the Denver Rifles. You ever heard of the Denver Rifles?
I have not heard of the Denver Rifles. Never even.
So it's really interesting. So the reason why a guy like Peter Schaefer, Lance Savage, Dan Pratt, Sam Hovey, all these guys, Billy Hall, all these guys end up in Denver, right? That are lacrosse guys, Division I lacrosse guys. There's this team called the Denver Rifles. They got recruited to come out and play on this pro team. And it lasted, I want to say, I don't know the whole story. Peter Schaefer is another great interview you should get and talk about the Denver Rifles because it's a funny story. Peter's a NFL agent.
Yeah.
And he's got his own stories in his own right. He kind of cut his teeth as Barry Sanders' agent.
Really?
Right? So that's how he kind of
way
launches
to
himself
cut
in the
your
business,
teeth.
right?
Yeah. Hey, how are you?
So he does he's got a bunch of players in the National Football League right now and does an amazing job. But so he starts as a lacrosse player coming to Denver, and that's how he starts. He came out as a Denver Rifle, and they all stayed.
I don't blame them.
They all stayed. And so this robust pocket of lacrosse in Denver, a bunch of people wanted a team in Denver. They wanted something. Pro lacrosse was kind of destined to work in Denver because of this pocket. And when we went to Denver, which was different than, let's say, going to Washington, D.C. or Baltimore or some of these other cities, people in Denver didn't care if it was outdoor or indoor. They didn't care.
Right.
Gary Gate was on the team. They wanted to go watch Gary Gate. And Kroenke Sports, married with the National Lacrosse League and Box Lacrosse, brought together a lot of really cool visionary people that helped launch that program, launched the Mammoth, right, with great game entertainment, which was always the best. Kyle Keefe launched that group. Brian Kitts launched the sponsorship. Tom Filan did an amazing job on sponsorship, and Brian Kitts was marketing. Tom Filan did sponsorship and all these other things. And then Jeff Plush was a good guy and helped me kind of navigate the Kroenke Sports landscape. And amazingly enough, right, game one, 16,000 people. The line is 2 miles down the road at the Conoco station. You know where the Conoco station.
Oh, yeah.
Was
it actually, did it get all the way out there?
It got all the way down to the Conoco station.
No way.
Because they didn't open enough ticket windows because they just didn't anticipate the walk-up.
Oh, my goodness.
I will never forget walking. So Tom Filan, who worked at Kroenke Sports, doesn't work there anymore, walks up to me and goes, "Can we hold the start time of the game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what happened? Like, why?" And I'm like, I mean, there's no TV. He goes, well, there's a line about half a mile long outside trying to get in. Can we hold the game?